welcome to my channel, Your Beauty in Bloom. I'm Jennifer Hutchison Taylor. I'm a certified clinical master herbalist of Your Beauty in Bloom, and I help women to use natural and holistic remedies so they can rediscover their true feminine beauty. And I do that using herbs, using nutrition, and using mindset. So today we're talking about nutrition, okay? We're talking about nutrition because I have people ask me all the time, what do I eat for breakfast? Because breakfast for the American diet is very high in sugar usually, right? Cereals, bars, even smoothies, coffee, okay? Coffee, Starbucks, going places to get fast breakfast food basically, right? So what I usually do is have a amaranth porridge with applesauce, or I'll have a smoothie that I make from scratch at home, or I use my green drink that is featured on my website as well in a blog post to rehydrate my body and to give that boost of nutrients early in the morning as a coffee substitute, okay? But today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a bone broth. It's not really a bone broth, okay, because there's no bones in it. It's a vegetarian bone broth. Now, since I am vegan, I don't eat any meat or dairy, I am a little skeptical about using bones. However, for nutritional value and for gut health in particular, using the bones of animals will bring out those nutrients that you can really use to support your digestive system. So I do see the benefit in using a bone broth. And if I decide to go that route, I'll definitely let you know, okay? But today, I'm doing a vegetable-only broth, okay? I'll just call it a broth. And that's what I'm going to be using for my breakfast, okay? So I'm going to use my vegetable broth for breakfast, and I'm going to add some amaranth or quinoa as well to get something hearty as well in the mornings. I know sometimes we want that too, right? Instead of just having a smoothie or liquids. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here and tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm the owner of Your Beauty in Bloom, and like I said before, I am an herbalist, and so most of my videos that you'll see on this page are going to be talking about herbs from a scientific perspective, because I'm also a physiologist, but also a spiritual side of it as well, okay, because that's where I have grown in my practice to talk about herbs and mindset as well, okay? So I'm going to get started here and let you know what the ingredients are for this bone broth, okay? So let me move the video down so you can kind of see everything, and I hope it's clear, and I'll hold it up. Okay, so what we've got here, I'll start out over here on the side. Celery sticks. I'm using, okay, 3 fresh celery sticks. I'm going to chop these up, not very small. I mean, this can be a rough chop, okay, of celery sticks. We have some carrots, 3 carrots. Okay, these are pretty large carrots. I'm really mad at myself because we went to the farmer's market and they had these giant carrots there, and I totally was like, I don't know, out of it or something, but I forgot to get some. I'm also going to use some squash, okay, some squash with the seed. This is yellow summer squash, okay, that I'm going to be using as well. I'm going to chop that up a little bit more. Red onion, okay, and I'm also going to use, as you can see, the skin is still on this onion because the skin of the onion also has really great nutrients inside of here. Most of the red antioxidants, which are called anthocyanidins, are in the onion skin, okay? I don't recommend using a white onion for this because you want to get the most nutrients. So any dark or colorful fruits and vegetables is what you want to use. So I am going to use the skin of the onion. I'm going to chop up the onion and also use the skin in the broth. I'm also using parsley. Parsley is amazing for your digestive system, okay? If you're dealing with bad breath, if you're dealing with candida, if you're dealing with inflammation in your gut, if you're dealing with mucus buildup, if you're dealing with anything where you need to detox, okay, whether it be, you know, you want to urinate more often, so you need a diuretic, try parsley. Of course, dandelion leaves as well. Dandelion leaves or greens also are really wonderful. Parsley has so much vitamin C, so many vitamins and minerals, and so much chlorophyll that it will definitely cleanse your system. Okay, parsley is a wonderful, wonderful herb for your digestive system and for your gut. Okay, so we've got parsley. Since this is a gut healing or a gut support broth that I'm making, I'm also going to use some ginger root. Okay, so I'm going to chop this up pretty fine because ginger has a tendency to want to hold on to a lot of its medicinal properties unless it's crushed or chopped very fine. So I'm going to chop that one up. I'm also using fresh water here that I have in my pot, and I've salted the water. Okay, for a broth, you do want to salt the water with sea salt. I'm going to use Himalayan. I've already put the salt in there, but I'm using Himalayan pink salt. Okay, that's just like this, Himalayan pink salt. And so I've used 2 tablespoons of the Himalayan pink salt into the water here, and I've just filled up my stainless steel pot. You want to do a stainless steel pot. Remember I talked yesterday about using either cast iron or stainless steel instead of the coated pots and pans in your home. And I'll be posting a blog post about that at yourbeautyandbloom.com of the video that I did talking about how to clean a cast iron pot. Okay, so you do want to use a stainless steel or cast iron for your bone broth. And even with the cast iron pot, what you're getting is some of the iron from the cast iron is going to be put into your food. So it's, you know, and it's coming in very slowly, so it's not a overdose or anything like that with that mineral. I'm also going to season it with the salt. I'm also going to season with a few bay leaves. Okay, you can just use 1 bay leaf, but these I love, so I'm using three wonderful bay leaves in the bone broth as well, or in the vegetable broth. And I'm also going to use some turmeric. Okay, turmeric is a wonderful addition to broths and soups. All right, it's anti-inflammatory. It's also gut support and gut building. It's also cleansing to the liver. It's just a wonderful addition and adds a beautiful color to the broth as well. Okay, so I'm going to use these ingredients. I'm going to chop them up, add them to my pot over here, and let them simmer on very low heat for a few hours. When you are done with your bone broth or your vegetable broth, you can completely freeze it if you wanted to. Okay, I recommend using a glass bowl like this that you can store your broth in. You can find nice freezer safe bowls. I'm not sure if this one in particular is, but you can freeze your broth so that you can use it and pull it out and use it for, you know, months on end if you want to do that as well. All right, so basically I'm going to chop these up and add them to my water. I'm going to turn my water back on here, and I'm going to coarse chop. I'm going to add my bay leaves in there, and I'm going to do my seasonings first so they can be on the water as much as possible. So I'm cutting the ginger right now, and it smells amazing. Just cutting some of the skin off, and to be honest, you don't have to cut any of the skin off of ginger. Okay, it's not going to hurt anything if you want to just cut it up just as it is. I am natural and believe that every single part of a vegetable can and should be eaten. So you know what? I'm actually going to cut up the ginger skin and throw that in as well, because what you're doing is going to be drinking or eating the broth. Okay, so I'm putting the ginger in there. I have my salt already in there. I'm going to add 2 spoonfuls. Okay, these are tablespoons. I'm going to dry this off so it won't be any water in the turmeric. I'm going to do about that much of turmeric in there. Okay, I'll do a little bit more. So about a full tablespoon of the turmeric. And if you know me, I am not one. I love to cook, and I cook very well, and I, since I'm a scientist, I like to experiment. And so And I'm gonna keep those. I like to experiment, and so when I cook, I usually do not use a recipe. Or if I do use a recipe, I'm 9 times out of 10 changing it and making it the way that I want. So, add this. That smells so amazing. Parsley is just amazing. And so, if you have bad breath and you're looking to eat some some chewing gum, grab a piece of parsley instead. Okay, I'm going to chew a piece of this parsley right now after. Really delicious, really fresh. Yesterday we made a parsley and leek. I don't know what it was. It was just a mixture in the food processor with parsley, leeks, onion, lemon juice, and it was amazing too. Okay, so like I said, I'm just cleaning off the ends of the onion, and then I'm just going to chop up the onion with the skin. Put that also in the broth. Okay, and this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful broth. Okay. Now, one thing about squash is that squash will really get soft, okay, which is okay, but if you do want to have kind of more like a soup, then I would put the broth, or excuse me, I would put the squash in a little bit later, similar to the celery and the carrots, but not as soft, I think. Or a little bit more soft than these two items, or these two vegetables. Okay, so I'm just coarse chopping everything. And like I said, I keep all this on. I wish I had the carrot tops. I would leave those on as well. If you do have your carrot tops, leave everything on. Just chop it all up and add it to your broth. And then lastly is the celery. Every single part of the vegetable. There's no need to throw anything away. And I clean the bottoms of the celery. There's still a little bit of dirt on there. That's okay, because like I was talking about in my Facebook group today, the Beauty and Bloom Sisterhood Facebook group, I was saying that being out in nature, getting dirty is one of the best things you can do for your gut as well. Because we need that bacteria in our systems, it keeps us healthy, and it keeps us connected to the earth. And that is it. Okay, so my bone broth and my vegetable broth is getting cooked up here. I'm going to go ahead and show you how beautiful it looks. I'm going to get a spoon as well and stir it up a little bit. Bring you guys over here so you can see how beautiful everything looks. Turn that around. There we go. So, stirring it up here. I can smell that ginger and the parsley. Really, really amazing. So this could be considered a soup, obviously. Okay. Just want to cook everything down as much as possible. Now, I have heard some people food processing everything, which I probably will do. I'm going to see how this one comes out, if I want to eat it as a soup like this, or food process it after it's done. So that is how I'm making my vegetable broth for gut healing and gut support. All the vitamins and nutrients in here are going to be amazing for nourishing your body, revitalizing your system. Especially if you're just coming off of a detox, you can use this type of broth to really put a bunch of nutrients and a lovely mixture of a lovely mixture of vitamins and minerals into your system right away. And with the broth, it's so amazing, just like juicing, is that the vitamins and minerals are in a form that can be easily absorbed into your system, into your digestive, into your gut, into the lining of your gut, okay? So those cells that are there, absorptive cells that are there, love stuff like this, okay? Especially if you've cleansed them and they're regenerating, they love to have a very easily accessible nutrient source, okay? And so a broth like this is a great choice. And like I said before, if I decide to do the bone broth with the real bones, there will be bones from grass-fed animals, okay, organic, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that as well, all right? So thanks so much for watching. I'm Jennifer Taylor, herbalist and owner of herbalist and owner of Your Beauty in Bloom. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.